All right, we're rolling. I'm here with Steve Kusaba, who has a grand project. You want to tell me about it?
Yes. This project is a 47-hour Omni musical. And has some key themes in it. And one of the, it's about the advent of life and man, and the rights of man, and the reverence toward life.
Now that Americans are more knowledgeable about how they were played in the events of the Iraq War, you would think we would be way too sophisticated to fall for those same old hat tricks with the rabbit all over again, but they keep punching those lines. Weapons of mass destruction. Serve to them plate after plate, all you can eat.
And now...
Hey, Rocky! Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat!
But...
See? Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Dealing with Saddam Hussein requires constant vigilance. We have seen that constant vigilance pays off, but it requires constant vigilance. Since the Gulf War, we have pushed back every time Saddam has posed a threat. Let there be no doubt, we are prepared to act. But Saddam Hussein could end this crisis tomorrow, simply by letting the weapons inspectors complete their mission. He made a solemn commitment to the international community to do that and to give up his weapons of mass destruction a long time ago now. One way or the other, we are determined to see that he makes good on his own promise.
Wrong hat.
This is a crisis of Saddam's making. It can be unmade only when he can no longer threaten the international community with weapons of mass destruction. Thank you.
And now...
Hey, Rocky! Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat!
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
We now have some evidence that chemical weapons have been used on the populations in Syria. We cannot stand by and permit the systematic use of weapons like chemical weapons on civilian populations.
No doubt about it. I gotta get another hat.
This evening, Colonel Gaddafi has confirmed that Libya has in the past sought to develop weapons of mass destruction capabilities.
And now...
Hey, Rocky! Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat!
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
First, as the President has said, the Assad regime's inhuman use of weapons of mass destruction against innocent men, women, and children violates a universal norm at the heart of our global order. And therefore, it demands a strong response from the international community, led by the United States. Second, the international community cannot ignore the ongoing threat from the Assad regime's stockpiles of chemical weapons, whether they are used again against Syrian civilians or transferred to Hezbollah or stolen by other terrorists.
Wrong hat.
I take a 7.5.
Hours ago, North Korea launched what is believed to have been an intercontinental ballistic missile into the sea. Officials in South Korea and Japan say, if verified, it would be the first complete test showing the capabilities and the range of Pyongyang's largest missile since 2017.
But there is a disturbing new weapons program, the KN-08.
Now North Korea's reckless pursuit of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles threatens the entire world with unthinkable loss of human life. It is an outrage that some nations would not only trade with such a regime, but would arm, supply, and financially support a country that imperils the world with nuclear conflict. No nation on earth has an interest in seeing this band of criminals arm itself with nuclear weapons and missiles. The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea.
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Here's a diagram. This is a bomb. This is a fuse. Where's Iran? Iran's completed the first stage. Took them many years, but they completed it, and they're 70% of the way there. Now they're well into the second stage. And by next spring, at most, by next summer, at current enrichment rates, they will have finished the medium enrichment and move on to the final stage. From there, it's only a few months, possibly a few weeks, before they get enough enriched uranium for the first bomb.
Ooh, don't know my own strength.
You would think that Americans are way too sophisticated to fall for those same old lines over and over again. They'll never catch us on the weapons of mass destruction lie again. We're far too sophisticated for that.
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
But that trick never worked.
This time for sure. Presto!
And a warning now that Russia could use chemical or biological weapons in Ukraine is causing new concerns.
Now the White House is warning Russia could possibly use biological or chemical weapons in Ukraine or create a false flag operation by using them.
And tonight, the Undersecretary of State for the U.S. says Ukraine has bio-research facilities and that America is working with Ukraine to prevent Russian forces from seizing the biological research materials. Meanwhile, the State Department tonight says the Kremlin is spreading lies that the U.S. and Ukraine are conducting chemical and biological weapons activities in Ukraine, suggesting that Russia may be laying the groundwork to use a chemical or biological weapon.
Well, I'm getting close.
And now it's time for another special feature.
And the more his back is against the wall, the greater the severity of the tactics he may employ. Whenever he starts talking about something he thinks NATO, Ukraine, or the United States is about to do, it means he's getting ready to do it. Not a joke.
Namely, pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
This looks familiar.
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto! The more I try this, the further away I get.
شو سبب تدمير العراق وغزو العراق وقتل مليون عراقي؟ وخلاص لقانا الامريكان يجاوبونا على السؤال اللي حاير، لماذا العراق؟ شو سبب له؟ بن لادن عراقي؟ ما هو عراقي، اللي ضربوا نيويورك عراقيين؟ ما هم عراقيين. اللي ضربوا البنتاغون عراقيين؟ ما هم عراقيين. فيها أسلحة دمار شامل عند العراق؟ ما عندها. وحتى لو عند العراق أسلحة دمار شامل، أو باكستان عندها قنبلة ذرية، والهند عندها قنبلة ذرية، والصين وروسيا وبريطانيا وفرنسا وأمريكا، ما كلها عندهم قنابل ذرية. كلها بيدمروها. كويس؟ فندمر كل الدول اللي عندها أسلحة دمار شامل.
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself a question. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Well, do you, punk?
I'm now going to show you a picture of the luckiest man in Iraq on this particular day. Keep your eye on the crosshairs. Right through the crosshairs. And now in his rearview mirror,
You've all been invited to a spectacle discussion remain light and descend like a feather. All must agree, so we all come together. You've all been invited to appreciate me. I think that is the one thing that we all do agree. We should hug the one that's near and embrace the other fella. Smoke a little tea so we all feel mellow. Some of you Joes are just a little too drunk. Some of you folks are in the way. Some of you clowns can't understand who I am. You might as well figure out what's happening now. This dancing grins and giggles more than I can allow. You showing no respect and things are gonna get hot real soon. 'Cause I'm rugged and I'm tough. And if you can't, you better run from me. 'Cause I'm tough. 'Cause I'm rugged and I'm tough. And if you can, you better run from me. 'Cause I'm